Today I am preparing the dough. To prepare the dough, 2 steps are needed. First, a batter is made with flour, salt, and water. Then, it is left to rest for 2 hours. Butter and kneaded flour are prepared, then placed in the fridge. After 2 hours, everything is combined and rolled out. I'll show you the step. Now, I am kneading the first step for the batter. 125 grams of flour, 2.5 grams of salt, a bit of water, which I will tell you the grams later. Instead, the butter is 125 grams. And 40 grams of flour, which is a crucial ingredient in this mixture. Knead all 3 together thoroughly. I turn it over twice, ensuring that the dough is well mixed, and it will become nice and elastic as well as all compact. This process is essential for achieving the right texture. Here, I have added about 100 grams of water, which is a variable amount depending on the type and absorbency of the flour used, to ensure the dough reaches the desired consistency. The batter is ready. After a few hours, I always turn it over like this. I rolled it up. Now I am mixing the butter and the flour together. Here, the butter is ready. I have spread the batter. Now I also put in the butter, cold, and close it inside. Initially, the object is fully extended to its maximum length, allowing us to observe its entire surface area. Following this, I proceed to carefully fold it in a systematic manner. First, I create a single fold, which is then followed by a second fold, effectively doubling the number of folds. This process is repeated, resulting in a total of 4 distinct folds. Each fold is executed with precision, ensuring that the layers are evenly aligned and the structure is maintained. The final outcome is a neatly folded object with 4 layers, demonstrating the transformation from a stretched state to a compact form. Then, a point is made with the first stretch. I need to do this 4 times, always with the fold on the side, stretching and folding each time. This is the first one. Now I put it in the fridge and I golden it, golden as you like. I took the dough out of the fridge, well wrapped to prevent the crust from forming with the paper. The dough is nice and cold. Dough. I stretch it a bit. You see, now I am stretching it out. I widened it slightly. Be yourself if it has always been for him. To begin with, I take the dough and make a precise fold, carefully dividing it into 2 equal parts. This is an important step to ensure evenness in the layers. After this initial fold, I proceed to fold it once more, making sure to align the edges perfectly. It's crucial to remember that this is the second roll, which sets the foundation for the subsequent steps. Next, I wrap the dough meticulously in a sheet of parchment paper. This step is essential to prevent the dough from forming a crust, which could affect the texture. If a crust does form, I place the dough in the refrigerator for a cooling period of approximately 30 minutes. This resting time allows the dough to relax and makes it easier to handle. Once the dough has chilled sufficiently, I remove it from the fridge and prepare to roll it out for the 3rd time. During this roll, I fold the dough again, this time into 4 distinct layers. I count each fold carefully, 1, 2, 3, ensuring that this is indeed the 3rd roll. After completing this step, I return the dough to the refrigerator for another cooling session. This helps maintain the dough's integrity and prevents it from becoming too soft. Now I proceed to roll the dough for the 4th and final time, always ensuring to roll it lengthwise to maintain consistency in the layers. Finally, I give the dough its last fold, again into 4 layers. I count each fold meticulously. 1, 2, 3, 4, confirming that I have folded it 4 times in total. With this final fold, the process is complete. I have successfully prepared the dough, and now I place it away, ready for the next stage of its culinary journey.